Hello, my name is Sally. I'm in the northeast of Scotland at the moment, and I'm a Qigong teacher online. We're here in the year of the wood snake. The element of wood in Chinese medicine is very much to do with the eyes, with visioning. And of course, the snake has many, many qualities, but I'd like to also to focus on the particularly acute vision and focus that snakes or the inspiration of snake offers us, and also the shedding and renewing, which is very much a springtime thing, I think, for us. And it's February 2025. So we're in heading towards out of winter and into spring, out of water and into wood in Chinese medicine terms. So, broadly speaking, this session, this form, which is totally intuitive, it's not a traditional form, it's something that comes to me out of pondering a certain time of year or a season or an ailment, even. And it comes from 25 years of doing Qigong, so you won't find it anywhere else. But you may, if you practice Qigong, recognize some of the movements from other traditional forms. And so I've called this set Shedding and Renewing, Seeing Clearly. I invite you to just take a moment to tune into the animal snake, the reptile snake. And see what qualities you might find there. Maybe just focusing on one or two. And so for me, I did this earlier and I tuned into something different. Now I'm tuning into the quality of the snake's skin. It's very vibrant, almost gives light off with its skin. It's very beautiful often. Let's see what's there for you. And with the talk of vision, we can also talk about internal vision or intention or integral visioning, imagining how we would like to be before we move towards it. And if that's meaningful for you, this movement class is probably about 20 minutes, probably going to be about 20 minutes. So just visioning into how you would like to be at the end of it. You're going to be doing a bit of self-massage, some movement, some Qigong. What's your intention for being here now? And then simplifying it. So I find that the psyche, the mind body takes on metaphors very easily. So I would like to be like an expanded field of opportunity, but I've squashed that into one image of a field, a large field. So it's easily worked with. I can easily work with that. So while we're in the seated position, which you may be sitting on a cushion or a chair, just feel yourself grounded here, feel gravity holding you to the earth. And warm the hands up, warm the palms of the hands. Let's do that consciously. One way to do that is to be very grateful for these hands of ours, for whatever they've already done for us today. And if you have glasses, I invite you to remove them. Snakes can see in the dark, they see infrared. So let's just take our hands, our warmed hands, always emitting bioelectricity, chi, and open your eyes softly into the darkness. Feel the warmth and the qi coming into them. You could blink a little bit. And then taking your hands down. Just feeling into any medicine that's there for you. Obviously, doing that for 5 or 10 minutes is going to exaggerate that medicine. And let's do just a little bit of self-massage. So squeezing the eyebrows from the inner aspect of them through to the out. Little tiny muscles there that often get quite tight. Move to the temples, the little indentations there, and circling a little bit. Moving into the outer canthus of the eye. Again, there's a little notch there. You could hold it, or you could gently move it. For me, holding it is more comfortable. And then stimulating the qi to the eyes by coming down from, as you're looking forward, coming down straight to the cheekbone. And then again, you might feel a little notch, but underneath the cheekbone, straight down, and some tapping, which is a whole methodology in itself. But for today, it's just to nourish the qi to the eyes. Rubbing the hands again, making them warm, taking them around the back of the neck now, particularly paying attention to the area below the skull. I invite you into a standing position. And on the theme of renewing the skin, let's do a little bit of shaking, but really feeling yourself. We do this for a number of reasons, but today, here now, as if you were a bag of water and you're shaking the outside of you. It's very fluid. Feel the skin as the whole organ that it is. Maybe shake your feet as well. Just see where this takes you, this visioning of the skin as a whole organ. Come into, just briefly, we'll keep doing this. We call it standing like a tree. Ruchi. But this time just taking on board as well the quality of snake that you isolated, or any, just feel into the animal, the reptile, a snake. How does that affect your standing position when you do that? Maybe big tail going down or behind you, straight up. And let's do a little bit of turning around the center so the hands are loose like elephant trunks. Definitely let them land on the sides of the body, the wood channels, the gallbladder and the liver. There. Keep the eyes relaxed. So I know that you're watching the screen, but every now and then take them away from the screen. Let them relax backwards into the skull, into the back of the skull. Definitely tuck the chin in so the optic nerves are open, the passageways rather, for the optic nerves. Feel your big tail, your root, your tailbone going down, and your head loosely directed, gently directed up into the heavens. We're going to do a little bit of spiral or Qigong, which we usually do for immunity. The first movement is led by the thumbs. So the hands come forward, the palms come forward, and then the palms come back. It's as simple as that. Relax the shoulders, stay in your standing pose. The only movement that's going on is this one. Feel how that squeezes or twists the skin over the bone. So usually we're doing this to enhance immunity. Today here we're just doing it to tune into the skin. Let's use the breath. So breathing out as the hands go back. Breathing in as the hands come forward. Just feel the skin on your arms. Perhaps you feel it just glowing a little bit or activated. And then we do the second movement from Spiral Qigong. There's this gathering up of earthy energy. Take it up so your palms are towards the sky. The little fingers come together, and it's as if you're moving your hands through two, let's say trees here, two saplings, moving together, and then the wrists press together, the elbows press together, and the hands splay apart. Then they come back together again, go down to earth, spiraling up to around the solar plexus area. And then once again, feeling that quality of snake, perhaps that changes this movement slightly. For me, it becomes more fluid. You can definitely use the breath. Here's the out breath. And everything else might be the in breath. And then letting go. And then keeping one hand facing the earth. Let's just do that with one arm and hand. And when its sister or brother isn't there, we can feel that it can move a whole lot more up to the solar plexus, forward and around and back. Feel how yet more of the skin is being turned against the bone. And play with this. By all means, use your whole body. We might even step. See what that does. See where it takes you. But very much in snake mode. See how it is to step backwards. And then when you are done, taking your hands gently down, the palms face the back wall. We're going into owl turns its head from the 8 brocades. This is the movement. Let's get this with the breath. So coming into the starting position, following the in-breath. And as the hands come out, they turn. So now they're facing forward. Simple as that. Out breath and in-breath. And then add a head turn to this. So tuck the chin in, turn the head, neck, pass through the center, look to the other side. Out breath. And in breath, tucking the chin in, big tail going down to the earth. Restful eyes, so they can see a panoramic view, like you're on some raised land looking over a valley. However, they're restful. They're not anxiously looking for. They are restful and receiving, the opposite of that. And then coming back, placing the hands in front of the lower belly, standing there for a moment. We do separating the clouds now. So the hands come up the center of the body, the fingers are slightly turned in, they come to the throat. As they do that, just open to look at the sky softly. As they come around, open the back of the neck again. So now you're looking forward, and then your hands come around, separating the clouds. Let's do one more of those with the breath. So following the in-breath as you come up, and following the out-breath as you go down. And then let's engage the eyes. So without actually looking at the hands, internally follow the left hand as it goes through its peripheral space. So you're just aware, and you can probably see, I have impaired peripheral vision, so I can't, so I'm imagining my hand making that circuit. But you're following your hand with your internal vision, and perhaps you can see it anyway. Yeah, so we can keep opening the throat, opening the back of the neck, so that's going on. We can switch to the right hand now, so internal vision. One more. And then we actually follow the hands. So I'll just do a couple of these where we're actually following. Yeah, so our neck makes the circuit as our hands come round. And then we do that on the other side as well. Softly following the hand, nothing grasping or anxious, just very softly laying the eyes on the movement of the hand. Let's just do one more of those. And of course, if this is beneficial, then we can spend some time on this. But for the purposes of this coaching video, just a couple of those. And then putting the hands once again in front of the lower belly, just a little bit away. Keeping one hand there at the lower belly, take the other hand up. We do the classic gazing at passing clouds. Keep the hips and the knees forward in this particular form, and turning around to reach your limit, and then the hands swap over and they come back the other way. So just do that a couple of times. Breathe in one way and breathe out the other way. Gazing through the gaps in the fingers as if at passing clouds. So engage the eyes, but keep them soft. Be aware also, I invite you to be aware of the sides of the body opening and closing. Stretching here a little bit, then closing. Yeah, the liver and gallbladder channels being stimulated. In breath and out breath, gazing at passing clouds. Keeping your hips forward, feel your spine as well, enjoying this. Big tail going down to earth. Lovely. And then coming back to standing, and this time standing with loosely clenched fists at waist height. as if you have a precious object in each hand. The next movement is called pushing palms. So now I invite you to engage that intention that you had earlier. So mine was a field. Yours might have been focus or whatever you had. So just remember your intention for the session, or even the quality of snake that you might have had. So for me, I can see the metaphor of a big field. And so one hand is coming, so the palm is facing earth. The other hand is going forward, and it's as if it's picking a fruit or an apple, and it's coming back. Okay. And then we do the same with the other one. So this is the movement. It's forward, and then coming back to loosely clenched fists. So pushing forwards and down, picking the apple, coming back, following the in-breath, and following the out-breath, following the in-breath, the out-breath. Soften the eyes, take them to the back of the skull, see your intention, and no effort, just see it there as a possibility that you've planted, bring it towards yourself. Trust, that's all you need to do. No effort. Trust that possibility has been created by you, it's yours, and you can have it. And you can do this with anything. All my papers will be in order by the end of the day, and pull it towards yourself, etc. But also, you're still conscious of the actual eyes. So as you look forward and your vision expands forward restfully, still see this little lovely spiral movement going on in your vision somewhere. Let the eyes be captured by that too. So really good for the internal vision, but also the actual eyes. So, coming back for a moment to loosely clenched fists at waist height. The other attribute that snake has is the ability to strike when the time is right, very sharply. So let's do punching the opponent's ears from Shivashi 2. So we step forward, we take the arms around, and I'm going to sound. So a clap, and then coming back. So you notice the spine goes kind of concave here. And then the sound, we might make any other sound that wants to come. So sound wood is ha, ha. But it's that sharp clap that we want. The ability to strike when the time is right. Even if we don't always succeed, we still have that ability. Coming back one more time to standing like a snake with loosely clenched fists. Let your hands go. Let's do 3 closing movements. So sweeping up. And then taking the hands through the body, shedding anything that's not needed right down to earth. Let the earth take it, even if we don't know what it is. Let's just let everything go that we don't need. So we rise up fresh, renewed. Final time. And on this final time, taking the hands together, taking the feet together, taking the hands through the heart center. And thank you so much for practicing Qigong. And